Yes, people, a very happy to all of you. So, guys, we started with the brand new subject in the last class, which was accountancy, accounting, whatever you say. So, we had a small intro about what is accounting. So, let's do a quick recap of that and then we'll start today's topic. So, in the last class, I asked you 3 questions and we saw the answer for that in a very layman perspective. The first question that I asked is, what is accounting? Accounting means to count. In accounts, everything and anything that we do is counting only. The example that we saw, remember, we went for a field trip. So you collect how much money from your dad? 2,000. How much money from your mom? 2,000. How much
2000.
from your grandparents? 1,000.
1000.
So all of them together, you add, it becomes 5,000. So this is nothing but counting of 5,000. So this 5,000 is come from how many sources? It's come from 3 different sources. So imagine this are related to business. If you're in the business of buying and selling laptop, mobile phones. So this 2,000 crore is come from selling laptop. This 2,000 crore is coming from selling mobile phones. This 1,000 crore came from servicing of both laptop and mobile phones. So what are we doing in accounting? We are counting everything. The money that is coming in, we're counting. The money that is going out also we're counting. So if you're doing a business, if you have income, always to do the business, you'll also have expenditures. So various expenditures we added and all of them put together, we said how much it is? 4,500. So we counted how much is our total expenditure. So from your income, you subtracted 4,500 expenditure to get 500 rupees what? Profit. So you counted how much is the profit finally there in your hand. So what is accounting? Accounting is to count. Why accounting? What is the primary goal of accounting? There are multiple reasons of doing accounting. First and the foremost reason why we do account is to ascertain the financial performance. Financial performance. Your performance is being measured by the marks that you score in the exam. And that is reflected, documented where? In a place called as report card. So same way, the performance of the business is being measured by its profit and loss statement. And this profit and loss is being captured where? In the profit and loss account. There's something called as profit and loss statement. In the profit and loss statement, we have something called as profit and loss. So that shows the performance of a business. In case if your business is having a profit, how are you performing? If your business is having a 5 crore profit, how is the performance? Okay. If it is 500 crores, excellent performance, great performance. If it is in loss, poor performance, bad performance. So the performance of the business is being measured by the profit and loss that you generate from the business. And this information is captured where? Like how your marks is captured in the report card. This profit and loss is being captured where? In a statement called as profit and loss account. Profit and loss account. Now, what is the meaning of profit, loss, account? Everything I'm meant to discuss. But since you're in 11th standard, you've done so much of mathematics. At this age, I believe that you should be understanding what is profit and loss from a layman perspective. Technicality, I will take care of. So what is the primary purpose of accounting? To know the profit and loss of the business, which is generated through the profit and loss statement. So first is financial performance. Second is to know financial position. Means what? On a particular date, how much of the assets I own, how much I have land in my hand in the sense in my name, in the business ka name, how much land you have, how much buildings you have, how much of plant and machineries you have, how much furnitures you have. So how much I have it in my hand, or on a particular date, how much money I should receive from my customer yet, on a particular date, how much money I should pay to somebody in future. So all that is called as financial position. Now, why these are called as financial position, you'll understand gradually in the upcoming sessions. So the primary reason of preparing accounts is to know the financial performance and financial position. To know the financial performance, you prepare a document called as profit and loss account. To be more specific, it is called as trading and profit and loss account. In some cases, we call it as trading and profit and loss account. Some cases, it is called as statement of P&L. Both of you lost. Both of you lost. Chocolate? Right? This is how I pull the attention of my kid. If it doesn't listen, chocolate. Chocolate lollipop. 2 rupees का. चल जाएगा उससे काम? नहीं? हो जाएगा? ठीक. So financial performance is measured through a document called as either trading and P&L account, or it is called as statement of P&L. Second is financial position. Financial position. To know the financial position, the document that we prepare is called as balance sheet. So what is balance sheet? I'll be discussing in upcoming classes. So why accounting? Are you clear? Why accounting has been done? Two reasons only I gave you. There are multiple more reasons to it. But at this level, you can understand only two things. That understanding also is 50-50 only. Correct? Okay. Why accounting is done? Sorry, why accounting rules? Why accounting rules? So we saw one question yesterday. So I gave you a question. Each one of you had come out with different answers. So for a given set of problem, for a given set of client, one data, if each accountant is coming out with different answer, so which answer is reliable? So reliability is a big question mark. So as an owner, I will not understand which profit is correct. As a banker, I will not know which of your profits is correct. As an investor, I will not know which of your profits is correct. As an income tax department, I will not know which of the profit is correct. And all these people are called as stakeholders. What are they called as? Stakeholders who are interested in the business. Owner is interested in the business. Why? Because he's getting profits out of it. Investor is interested in the business because he is getting return on his investment. The investment that is given on that is getting some returns. Income is getting. That's how he is interested in the business. Banker, why is he interested in your business? Why is he interested to know your profits? Because he's lent money. He's given the money to you on loan. Banker has given you the money. What is banking business? Banking is into lending business. You understand what is lending? What is a lending business? They give money. By giving the money, they earn money. Lending business. So they've given you money on loan. You have taken loan from bank. So bank wants to know how is your earning capacity. Because if your earning capacity is strong, he can recover the loan from you along with that interest from you. So he is interested in that manner. Why is the income tax department interested in your business and profit? Because on the profit only they will collect taxes. The government is interested in two taxes of yours. One is your income tax, second is your GST. GST. What is the full form? Goods and service tax. That we know, sir. Beyond that, we don't know anything. You have a topic called as GST in your 11th syllabus. You have a topic in your 11th syllabus. Nobody is able to justify the GST topic properly. Everybody literally make people by heart entry. All along. No understanding whatsoever what is GST. So that is how income tax department or tax authorities, to be more precise, not income tax department alone, tax authorities means what? IT department, GST department, and every other department is interested in your business in that manner. Why is employee interested to know your profit? Who's employee? Employee is a worker who's working in the company, in the business. Why is he interested in your profits? Because he measures your performance through the profit only. If profit is good, he can expect better salary. If the business is continuously into loss, he will say, donkey fellow, business is into loss. From where will he get the money to pay salary? Better I go to some other company. That is how he's interested in your profitability. So these people who are interested in your profitability are called as stakeholders. In other words, these are called as users of the financial statement. What is financial statement? I'll discuss today. These are called as users of financial statement. The accounting what you prepare, you prepare for whom? For business. No. If you are thinking that you're preparing accounts for business, you're wrong. You are preparing the accounts for these people, 7 people who are interested in your business. You are preparing accounts for the owner to know what the profit he has earned. You are preparing accounts for the investor. You are preparing the accounts for the government. You are preparing the accounts for the banker. You are preparing the accounts for the employee. You are preparing the accounts for the customer. Why should customer be interested in your profit? Because if you're good, if your quality of the product, if your quality of service is good, more people will come to you. If more people are coming to you, you'll generate more profit. But if your business is in constant loss, means something is wrong with you. If something is wrong with you, why should I deal with your company? Why should I buy your products? Why should I take your services? That way I am interested in your business. So these people are called as users of financial statement. These are called as users of financial statement. So we are preparing accounts for these 7 people, not for the business. We have to give clarity to these 7 people. Why this business is doing good or not doing good. And for that, what is essential? Accounting is essential. So accounting rules, if you do not follow, each and every accountant will try to prepare the accounts in their own way, in their own manner. There's no uniformity. At the end, the result will be different. And that result is not going to be reliable because multiple answers is not reliable. Hence, we have to have accounting rules. This is what I discussed in the last class. Tell me yes or no. Yes, sir. That's all I discussed. I didn't go anything further and beyond. Only small, simple discussion we had. In today's session, I'm going to make you all familiar with certain important terms. If those terms are not clear, doing accounting is going to be very critical. So are you all geared up for knowing the terms involved in accounting? Yes, it is a promise to let you all know the information above and beyond which you already know. Means if you have already learned this in school or somewhere else, above and beyond that, dosage is what I'll give you as my promise. Are you all geared up? Yes, sir. Wonderful. The first term that you should be knowing, this is a very common term that will be used in your 11th, 12th accounts, sums. The term is called as entity or enterprise. What is called as entity? What is called as enterprise? The term entity or the enterprise is used in general to refer the organization. And this organization has a separate identity, has an identity separate from its members. For example, each and every human being, let's say me, I have a name, Prathik. But we refer, how do we refer? Boy, man. It's a general term that we refer. Females, we refer as females, boys, males, boys, girls, men, women. You refer, no? Like that, business also needs to be referred. Like how I am called as a man, business should be called something. No? Business will be called as entity. Business is called as enterprise. This is the way you refer a business. So entity and enterprise is nothing but it's a way of referring a particular business. Business entity. Business enterprise. So entity is nothing but one single unit. And these are separate from members. Who are members here? Member here means owner. So if I am running this academy by name FFLA, who's the owner of this? SPJ, S.Prathik Jain. I'm the owner. So I'm called as member. Member means owner. Owner means member. I am different. Business is different. So FFLA is called as what? Human being. FFLA is called as human being. My business is called a human being. No, it is not human being. It is called as entity. Like how we are called as humans. Like that, we have to give some reference to the business also, no? So they are called as entity or enterprise. So when I say something as business entity, means this entity is into what? Doing business. If I say an entity as business entity, business means what? Commercial. Commercial means what? Buying and selling. So which means they are into business with the intention to earn profit. So we call this as business entity. An entity, an organization which does business is called as business entity. I'm coming to now. Then we have something called as government entity. Entity. So government does the work. For example, you have registration department. If you buy a property, land, you have to register with the government authority. So that authority is called as what? Government entity. Entity is what? An organization. This organization is run by whom? Government. Sir. Then why do we don't call entity as organization itself? So organization itself means business now. Then why do we give a separate name called as entity or enterprise? Why can't we keep it as organization itself? Like that, if I ask question to you, what will you answer? Business is organization. Business is organization. What is organization? Business. So if business ka representation, organization already there, why special name called as entity and enterprise? Tell me. This you should have learned in school.
They are selling something.
Organization also sells something. I'm telling when an organization ka name is already existing, one more name to it, why?
Specify something.
What do you want to specify that? Example, can you go elaborate?
They classify organization, business, enterprise, like sole proprietor.
Wonderful. You are very much near to it. Very good.
Partnership.
Correct.
Organization in which many people are together.
Very good. Super. So he's cracked the point. He's saying that organization means what? Organization means what? Group of people. So group of people running the business is called as organization. This organization is run by so and so people. Every business is not run by an organization. Means there are not multiple people involved. In some business, only one person is involved. So there are multiple forms in which you can do business, which I'll be learning, which I'll be teaching in upcoming sessions. There are multiple forms in which you can do business. One is called as sole proprietorship business, where this business is operated by a single person. So FFLA, let's suppose I'm the only owner. Every other person who is there in the organization is, let's suppose, staff. So I'm the single owner. So I can't call my business as organization because this has been run by only one single person. A better version of sole proprietorship concern is what? Partnership concern, where there are two or more owners. Two or more owners. So when two people come into picture, it is organization. It's been run by two or more people, means it is organization. So organization means what? Organization means what? An entity run by two or more people is organization. So how do I refer this as? So they gave a generic term called as entity. So entity means what? Even a single entity, single person is also called as entity. That's why we don't use the word organization. So organization is a very broad term. Under it, we specifically call it as entity. Are you able to follow? The reason
Sir,
why we are not using
enterprise
the word
और
organization.
entity
Sorry?
दोनों एक है.
Sorry?
Enterprise and entity both are same.
Entity and enterprise, more or less, at your level, application-wise, it is same. Minute difference is there, but at your
we can
level,
use both.
application-wise, both are same.
Okay, so suppose government entity, so government enterprise we can't say, no?
No, you can't say government enterprise. That's why I said you for your level it is same, but there is minute difference between entity and enterprise.
Okay, sir.
Now, there's something called as profit entity. Means an entity which is into generating profits by doing business. So business entity is also called as profit entity. The motive is very clear. This entity is doing the business only for generating profits. So profit is the motto here. So if any entity has got to do business with a profit motto, it is called as profit entity. There's something called as non-profit entity. So an entity which does service or sells goods, but whatever profit they earn, they don't keep it to themselves. They don't give to the owners. They use it further for the betterment of the society. Are you able to follow? So that is also a non-profit society, non-profit entity. For example, let's say you're staying in apartments. You're staying in apartment. So apartment has an association. In the association, every month you put maintenance. Maintenance. So that is income for that association. From that, they also spend money. So let's suppose they collected 10 lakh rupees per month from maintenance. Example I'm telling you. In that, they spend 6 lakh rupees for the expenditure. Remaining 4 lakh is profit, no? But we don't call this as profit. We'll call this as surplus. So this entity is what entity? Not non-profit entity. So the association, what you have in apartment is a non-profit entity. The motto for them to run the association is not profit. It is not for profit entity. Are you able to follow? That's why this is called as entity. So entity is basically you try to refer an organization. So the way you refer an organization, a business or a non-business organization or a government organization is called as entity or enterprise. It is one way of referring the organization. Any problem here? Online people, any problem here? Online.
No, sir.
Online.
No,
Online.
sir. No, sir.
Offline,
No, sir.
any problem? Now respond. Now, next term that you have to be familiar with is books of accounts. Books of accounts. All of you must be familiar now that the accounting is being done in electronic mode. What is accounting done in electronic mode? Can you please tell me? In these days, we don't do manual accounting. Sir, what is manual accounting? Now the accounting what I'm doing now or teaching you is called as manual accounting. Everything you write with pen on a paper or a book is called as manual accounting. These days, if you go to any organization, they don't do manual accounting. 99.9% manual accounting is not there. But yes, in still remote part of the countries, still the old traditional approach, manual accounting being still followed. But let's talk about Coimbatore or any metro cities like Pune, Bombay. They don't do manual accounting. What do? We do electronic mode of accounting. So we have a software. So now when you pass an entry called as journal entry. So what is journal entry? I meant to teach you. So that entry is passed where? In the software. So we technically don't have any books of accounts as such as of now. But when I say books of accounts, I'm not referring to just now. I'm talking about in the olden days. In the olden days, they used to follow manual accounting, which means each and every transaction that they used to record in books. So there used to be multiple books. There used to be multiple books. All of them put together is called as books of accounts. Means all this book is being created for what purpose? Accounting purpose. So can I give example? So if I'm doing sale in the business, if I'm doing sales in my business, let's say I'm a departmental store. So whatever sale is done during the year, during the day, I record in a book called as sale book. So sale book captures the information on sales made during the year. So during the year, whatever sales I do, I capture in a book called as sales book or sales account. Then called as purchases book. It captures the information of the purchases made during the year. So whatever purchases I do, I capture in a separate document called as separate book called as purchase book. So what is the meaning of sale, purchase? Everything I'm meant to discuss. I'm just trying to make you understand that in accounting, you have multiple books for multiple purposes. If I'm doing any other expenses in the business, expenses such as the salary I pay to staff, the rent I pay to the owner, landlord for using this premises, all these are called as business expenditure. So we have a separate book for the various expenditures. I have a separate book for receiving money and paying the money. If I receive money, pay money. Receiving the money is called as receipt. Paying the money is called as payment. For that, I capture in a separate book. If I own any land, building, plant, machinery, cash, bank, all that details I capture in this place called as asset book. Liabilities means what? How much money I owe to somebody in future. Everything I'm meant to discuss. So basically, in accounts, we need all of them as a separate books. So in olden days, the sale transaction was recorded in sale book, purchase transaction in purchase book, expense transaction in expense book, receipt and payment in receipt and payment book. So when all of these books are put together, it's called as books of accounts. And all these books are used for what purpose? For accounting purpose. All this book was created for accounting purpose. And all of them put together, we call it as what? Books of accounts. Not just that. Apart from these records, apart from the writing records, we used to have files also. Why do we have files? If you're buying goods, purchasing goods, you'll get a bill from where you're buying, invoice. So you have to file that now because that evidence is required. Tomorrow when income tax department does a scrutiny on you, they will ask you, this expenditure, what you recorded, what is the evidence for that? So evidence for the transaction is what? Your purchase bill. So for that, you have to file the bills one by one. So if you go to your shop, office, you'll see your parents maintaining separate file for purchase. All the purchases they do, they put in purchase file, file folder. File box file is there, yeah.
Sir, what about expenses, sir?
Sales, separate file. For the expenses, various expenses that you do, expenses ka file. So when I say books of accounts, it is not only the writing records, it is also the bills for various transactions that is being captured. So all of them put together is called as books of accounts. So if you look at this image, these are the records where the entry happened. These are the records where the entry happened. And the above two are files. In this is purchase file. So in this purchase ka bill is there. This is sale file. Sale ka bill is there. This is receipt voucher, payment voucher. Like that, separate files will be there. In today's scenario, what happened? This manual accounting has been cancelled because we have now computerized accounting. Tally software, we use it. But the way you maintain the bill is still being followed the same way. Even now, if you go to any auditor's office, if you go to any company or any business, though the accounting is done in Tally, but the physical records of that purchase bill, sale bill, expense bill, everything is there still in the manual form. That's why this books of accounts is a word still relevant in today's scenario. If everything has become digital, then gone. Then we say that digital books of accounts. Otherwise, this is called as books of accounts. So books of accounts here includes both manual as well as digital. When I say books of accounts in today's scenario, it is both manual and digital. Manual means what? Bill. Digital means what? All the entries. Now the sale book, purchase book, expenses, receipt payment, everything has become digital now. Digital means what? I don't have a manual book for all the sale purchases. Everything is there in my Tally software. So this has all become digital. But the bill that I maintain is still manual. So both manual and digital put together are called as books of accounts. These are called as accounting records. These are also called as accounting records. Any problem, people? Any doubt so far? Online people, any doubt so far?
Sir, Tally software is run by government, sir?
No, Tally software is a software that is run by a private organization. So if you see this Tally software, the person who created this Tally software is based out of Bangalore. So that company has created the Tally software. It's a private organization. So they make huge money out of it. And we are using their service. So their software we're using it. So we are the users of the Tally company or the Tally software. So Tally is not a private entity. Tally is not a government entity. It's a private entity. Private business profit making entity. I hope
So does government has any software?
Government, they have, see, when you say accounting software, there are multiple accounting software. I don't feel there's any
Some
software that
Vyashak
anybody
something I
use
saw, sir.
that has been created by government. If you see Zoho is one
Yeah, sir.
accounting software that is again been run by the private organizations. So in my knowledge, there is no software that has been created by government till date. If at all it is there, I don't think so. If it is in use also, I'm not sure. But I don't think so. Never seen any of my clients using any of the software that is created by government. So if you ask me the question, I'll say the answer is no. Government as on day may not have any accounting software. On all the accounting software has been run by private organizations. For that matter, most of the businesses today has been done by the private organizations. Sorry, you're saying something.
Sir, they were using some FreshBook and Vyapar, some app is there, sir.
Vyapara is it of government?
Yeah, I think so, sir.
Could be. See, I'm just want to tell you, maybe there could be some software created by government. How effective it is, we don't know. The problem with government products and services is that how much effective, how much service friendly they are, we don't know. Now coming back to you,
Sir, so
Vyapar is
should
a
we
government
subscribe
entity
this
or
Tally
private entity, that
software?
is something which I have to check.
Ah.
But 90% the software that you use today in market, or more than that, I would say it's always mostly belong to private entities.
Sir, do they buy this Tally software, sir, companies?
It's
They have
not
to
buying. So
subscribe.
basically, I'm getting the right to use the software for 1 year. So every year to pay for the software renewal. So today, let's suppose this year I'm using Tally. So I have to pay, let's say 50,000 rupees. So I can use this for 1 year. So next year, if you want to continue using the software, you have to pay again next 50,000. You may buy that software for back-to-back 2 years. So when you're paying for Tally software, you're not buying the Tally software. You're getting the right to use the Tally software. Because the Tally software is not a product that could be sold. So Tally company, when they charge you the money, and the money that you pay is for the right that they give to use their software in your office. So it is a right to use that you get, not the software that you get.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, securities. The question is, do they provide any security? So these are all secured platforms. Security, you're talking about data security? Yes. So that is all inbuilt. Without that, they cannot even launch these kind of softwares. Now, next, let's go forward. Financial statement.
Sir, one last question, sir.
Now,
This Tally software, what they are using, does it help in stock market for like?
stock market has got nothing to do with Tally. Tally is basically the place where you do your accounting records. So this will not help you in the stock market per se, because this is not going to give you any information related to stock market. So for stock market, what account you need? You don't need Tally account. You need what you call Zerodha account. Grow is there.
Yes, sir.
Those kind of apps you need access, or account you need where you can play with the stock market. So whatever money you make from stock market, you have to account. No, so accounting is done in Tally.
Okay, sir.
So Tally is purely accounting software. This cannot help you in the stock market analysis.
Understood.
Now, financial statement, very, 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 very important term. This will be haunting you till you do accounts in your life. Financial statement. Sir, what is this? It is a report card of the business. The moment report card, if I say, what should come to your mind? Your report card. How you have a report card which is reflecting your performance of the exam, like that, business also has a report card. And the name of the report card is called as financial statement. Financial statement. So it is a report card of the business consisting of a set of documents. So it is not one-page document. This financial statement has got multiple documents. Like how your report card is one single card. Here is not one single card. Here we have multiple documents in it. So financial statement is a report card of the business consisting a set of documents that show the financial status of the business. Can I hear? That shows the financial statement of a business at a specific point in time. Means what? Financial status means what? What is the performance of the business? What is the position of the assets and liabilities? If I want to know that on a particular date, then I'll refer one document called as financial statement. So financial statement is a report card consisting of two primary documents. One is that document which reflects your financial performance. Financial performance to reflect what document I have to prepare. I just said in the beginning. Profit and loss account, yes. And financial position to know what document I should prepare. Balance sheet. So these two documents, statement of P&L and balance sheet, is a document that has been put in the financial statement. But sir, is these two documents alone qualifies financial statement? The answer is no. From the point of view of a sole proprietorship business concern, P&L and balance sheet are the financial statement. But when you come for companies, the definition of the financial statement is further elaborated. That we will study when we do 12th standard. So now, financial statement primarily comprises of two documents. One is called as income statement, also called as trading and profit and loss account. This document is also called as income statement, also called as trading and profit and loss account. Which term will be used very commonly? If you ask me, this is the term that we use in the entire 11th and 12th. We never use the word income statement. Income statement is very commonly used by foreign countries. We in India use a term called as trading and profit and loss account or statement of profit and loss. We don't use the word income statement, but this is there in your syllabus. So the trading and P&L account or the profit and loss account that you prepare gives you what data? It reflects the financial performance of the business, which is nothing but the profit earned and the loss incurred during the accounting period. So during the accounting period, what profit is earned, what loss is incurred. If you want to know that, you will get to know that from which statement? Profit and loss statement. So the financial statement primarily comprises of profit and loss account and balance sheet. Why are we preparing the balance sheet? To know the financial position. What is the meaning of position? On a particular date, how much assets I have. On a particular date, how much liabilities I have. On a particular date, how much capital we have in the business. Meaning of these three, I meant to explain. To explain what is asset, what are the different types of assets, I'll take one class. To explain what is liability and capital, different types of liability and capital, for that, one class. Because we have multiple types of liabilities. Liability is a very broad term. Under that, multiple liabilities. So if you don't know the meaning of that, when you apply it in the accounting, you'll not be able to envision what this term means. So as of now, today, if I tell you what is financial statement, sir, it is nothing but it is a report card of the business. In a layman perspective, I tell you, what is financial statement? A report card of the business. What does this contain? Two important documents. One is profit and loss account to show the profit and loss in the business. And second is balance sheet to know the position of the assets, liability, and capital. Any problem so far? This, you'll get a better understanding as we progress in the upcoming classes. Once you understand what is trading, P&L, balance sheet, asset, liability, capital, income, expense, gain, loss, automatically this will become more clear. Today, it will look a little bit ambiguous. But once you travel forward, things will become very clear. Any problem? Any problem?
No, sir.
Wonderful. Have you come across this term called as accounting period? For those who have completed this topic in school, what does accounting period mean?
Sir, a period is a financial period, sir, in which business transactions are recorded and the accounting is done.
Wonderful, super. And what is the time frame normally for an accounting period?
1st April to 31st March.
1st April to 31st March. So how much months?
12 months.
12 months. Wonderful. Why did you ask your teacher why it is April to March? Why not Jan, December?
But the teacher said that their companies
Follow Jan to December also. Okay. So others, please tell me. Okay, before that, I should explain you what is accounting period. Okay. This is a person by name Mr. X who has started the business right now. Who has started the business just now. Let's say in the current year, 1/4/25 has started the business. Please tell me, if anybody in place of Mr. X, if even you are there, when you start the business, with what vision do you start the business? That I want to do this business for a longer period. Profit is correct, but I want to do this business for longer period. 10 years, 15 years, 50 years, 100 years. That is the motto with which you start the business. You don't start the business thinking that, no, okay, today I'll start, tomorrow I'll shut down. Do you start the business with the intention that today I'll start business, tomorrow I'll shut down? Today I want to do business. I'm passionate about doing business. My passion, business. Tomorrow, passion, something else. With that motto, does anybody start the business? No. So imagine Mr. X is doing the business or started the business from 1/4/25. He's going on. And where has he reached? He has reached on 31st March 2000. No. 2086. Or rather, I would say 85. How many years has Mr. X done the business? 60 years?
6 years.
My God. 60 plus 20, 80-year-old man. Huh? Do we have a life? Expectancy of 80 years? No, no, sir. This is too much. People like us, we will cross 60 years, we
65.
don't know. 20 years down, how much? 65. How many years? 40 years of business?
40.
Because by the time you start business, become 30 years, no boss. Till 30 years, you'll like 25 you'll study, then marriage, all drama, sab all go on. 30 years, you'll get into business. So by the time 30 years, you get into business, plus 40 years of business. After 70, even you will not have the interest to live only. You're like, God, when will you call me? Correct, no? Please tell me, this gentleman has done the business for almost now 40 years. At the end of the 40th year, if he is telling you, this is my total profit, 100 crore rupees I made. This data, if he also gets to know when he is about to close his business that yes, I made 100 crores profit. With this piece of information, what can he do? When I'm closing the
Okay.
business, I get to know that yes, in the last 40 years, I made 100 crore rupees. With that information, what can he do? Nothing can he do. When you get to know that your business ka profit is 100 crores when you're closing the business, what will government do with this? Are you telling that government wait for 40 years? When I close the business, no. That time I'll calculate what the profit is. Then I'll pay tax. Think common sense. 100 crore rupees is profit earned during the period. What is the guarantee that this 100 crore rupees will be in hands of that Mr. X at this date? What if everything is spent and the business is closed, is telling that I don't have any money to pay tax? Government became mamu, na? Means what? Namam. Poche. Now what will government do? So government say nothing doing. You do business, how long you want to do. But once in every 12 months, you have to stop. Ascertain the accounting records and tell me how much profit you made. And for this, I want tax. I will not wait 40 years to get the tax because I want to run the country. Government wants taxes. Why? Government is using this tax
Run
for
the
what?
country.
To run the country. Railway track, who laid? Government. Railway coaches, who constructed? Government. Bridge, highways, who constructed? Government. When COVID came, vaccine free of cost they gave. Who gave? Government. Army, Navy, Air Force, salary who's paying? Government. Pakistan attacked now with drones. So we had what? Air defense system. Air defense system, how it came? Mother Earth gave a, oh, take air defense system. Pakistan one day will throw drones at you. So Mother Nature, like tree, they created air defense system. Or you created. You created. Aircraft doesn't come free of cost. You have to pay crores of rupees. Navy, fleets, not sheep, ships, tank, guns. Does it come free of cost? No. So for all this, what is required? Paisa. Money is required. Dud is required. From where does government get all this money? Multiple sources. In that, one of the big sources, tax. So if you give taxes to government, once the business is closed, if the money is not being received by government on time, how will it run the country? Hence, government said nothing doing. You do business as long as you want to do. But once in every 12 months, you have to stop and tell me the business performance and pay the taxes on that. Hence, the concept of accounting period was introduced. So accounting period means what? You have to create a 12-month period. In that 12-month period, you have to record the accounting data. You have to make the accounting, how much sales you did, how much income you earned, how much expenses you did, what is the balance profit. On that, you have to pay tax. That is how the concept of accounting period has come into picture. So an accounting period is a 12-month time frame. It's a 12-month time frame for which a business, during which a business prepares its financial statement. Financial statement means what? Trading P&L and balance sheet. This trading P&L balance sheet comes out by doing accounts. So you do accounting in this 12 months period. At the end of the 12 month, you report me that what profit and loss you made it. So the financial statement is there, a report card. This report card you have to submit to whom? Government authorities. And what is the duration of this report card? 12 months. So this reflects the performance of 12 months. So every year, 12 months ka performance should be submitted to the department. So this period is called as what period? Accounting period. So an accounting period is generally 12-month time frame period in which business prepares its financial statement, reports its financial performance and position. Performance means what? Trading P&L. Position means what? Balance sheet. To whom? The stakeholder, and on this they pay taxes also. So this data of performance and position you give to whom? Stakeholders. Stakeholders means who? Owner, banker, investor, employee, customer, department, government entities, etc. All these are called as stakeholders. To these people you have to give the report. This report is submitted for what period? 12-month period. So this 12-month period is called as what? Accounting period. Accounting period is generally done for a financial year which starts from April and ends with March. So a 12-month period is there. No, it's not Jan to December. It's not calendar year. You know what is calendar year? One calendar is got Jan, begins with Jan, month begins with Jan, ends with December. So Jan to December is called as calendar year. We don't follow calendar year. We follow April to March. Now my question to all of you, why do we follow April to March? Why not Jan to December? Tell. I told you in accounts your why factor should be very clear. You are paying lakhs and lakhs for money for education. Why is this education important? Tomorrow, if anybody questions you, you should not feel insulted in front of them. How will you feel insulted? When you don't answer it, you'll feel insulted. Hey, kya rahe dekho, itna bhi nahi malum ka. Like that, they'll tell questions, answers. Correct? No? Let's suppose you don't study from me. You are into college 3rd year. Your brother, sister, younger one, they come and study from me. Now they've got knowledge from me. The same knowledge they'll come and test from you. Hey, you tell me what is this? Why this is happening? If you say, no, I don't know, then what will your sister, younger brother say? What, when parents have spent lakhs of money for you, you have wasted the money. Useless sister and brother. Correct? No? So whatever education you're learning in school now, what is that education for? For application in the real life. Some knowledge may give you money. Some knowledge is only for respect. Yeah, well, right is respect. So whatever you're learning, you should be very clear with the why factor. Be it economics, be it mathematics, be it English. Why do you study English? Was had you not studied English, today we are conversing in what English? And you will not understand English had you not studied English in the school. So whatever English you studied since your pre-KG, UKG, whatever you say, it is now coming in the applications. In the higher grades, you're able to understand the subject because the subjects everywhere is there in what language? English language. So whatever English you have studied so far is being used right now. Similarly, whatever your accounts is studying now might as well get used in future. You might say, no, sir, I'm not doing accounting. I'm doing this particular course, that particular course where account is not required. Right? But what if your life is not going in the direction where you're thinking? Your life is summing up where? Somewhere in accounting, you're coming back. Then what will you do? At that point of time, you should have an application, no? At that point of time, you should have an application. I'll give a classic example of my sister. My sister, cousin sister, after she got married, so the husband is completely in the business, taking care of the business. There's nobody to take care of accounts. So she is literally sitting and taking care of the accounts. Though the accounting is done by the accountant. If accountant is doing wrong, ultimately who is suffering? Business, you have to suffer, na? In 2017, GST came. Left, right, and center, people filed the GST returns without knowing the GST law. Did the computer or the GST portal say, no, your data is wrong, don't push? It took the data. Later, after 2 years, 3 years, they send notices for 3 lakh, 4 lakh filer telling that you have done all wrong. Who paid interest and penalty? Boss. Business paid the interest and penalty. Who did the mistake? Accountant or a non-CA who did the filing without the knowledge of the GST law. They filed it. System also accepted it. Ultimately, who got the notice? Business. Who paid the penalty in lakhs? Boss. Business. So now my sister had no other choice but to sit and study accounting. She attended 11th recorded classes of mine to understand what is accounting. She never thought she'll be doing accounting work. She was in a completely different line. But look at her fate. She had to come back here. Because to take care of the accounts, if one internal person is there, family member, trustable person, much better it is. Because accountant is a third party. How much you can rely on a third party? So tomorrow, boys, You might feel that I might go to this job or that job. What if you're coming to business and there you have to check your accounts, which has been done by accountant? I'm not telling you to sit and do accounting, but to know or read the accounting, you should know accounting, no boss. And girls, those who think that no, I'll not do accounting tomorrow. By chance, if you come back to your husband's family business, where you are being interested with the responsibility of accounting, where you're coming from commerce background. So first thing that they expect is you should know accounts properly. That's a different story. You don't know. So knowledge, when it comes into use, you'll not know. In my life, I have never dreamt to become a teacher. I'm telling you on face. In my life, I never dreamt of becoming a teacher. Teacher ka T also I never had in my consciousness. My plan was very set. Completed CA, get into corporate. Nice package salary, jump 2 years, 3 years. After that, jump to next company, go to top position, CFO position, be in the job. My fate had different story. God had different plans for me. Sometimes, or many of the times, thing doesn't work that way we want it to be working. So you should be prepared for everything. So lucky that I did CA course, that I'm able to justify the subject in the way I'm supposed to justify it. This tremendous in-depth knowledge of accounting, I wouldn't have got it had I not done CA. Because I did my 11th, 12th from Matriculation school. CBSE is very prevalent from last 10, 12 years. Or let's say 15 years. Before that, it is only Matriculation, state board. And there, this is nothing. Very easy level. Your CBSE is level 4, level of difficulty. Matriculation is level 1. We've come from level 1 background. For a CBSE itself is, like it is. But still we are able to manage this. How? By God's grace, I've been exposed to very good accounting teacher who had that passion, zeal, enthusiasm to teach well. So that is something I transformed and I'm giving it to all. Otherwise, even I'll have no knowledge. So that knowledge, unknowingly I got then. Now it is helping me in my career. So when what will be of your help in career, you'll not know. So everything that comes across you, I'm telling you at heart, by heart, do it religiously well. This will not be of any use. So no need to do this. Don't have any thought because God has a separate plan for you and you have no idea what plans He's got for you. I'm the standing example in front of you. I had a complete different roadmap and I was traveling on that road. But in between, there's a deviation. I land up being here. But lucky that my base was very strong. I'm able to justify this profession. So please tell me, why is the financial year April to March, not Jan to December? Well, it could be Jan to December, but still everybody follow April to March only. Why?
Income tax department.
Correct. One reason is income tax department wants the period, accounting period should be April to March only. Again, my same question, why? If income tax department is saying April to March, you have to do only. But why is department saying like this? You tell me. Your why factor should be very clear. Why? Why? Why?
सर वो कुछ यूनिफॉर्म होएगा ना सर टैक्स पे करने का
यूनिफॉर्म का जैन टू दिसंबर में यूनिफॉर्म हो सकता है भाई जैन टू दिसंबर अकाउंट्स विल से आई विल नॉट बी यूनिफॉर्म टेल मी
लेबर्स डे सर फ्री होता सर नेक्स्ट डे लेबर्स डे
labor day made April by then logic not clear you forget I'll tell the logic
सर अप्रैल फूल बनाने के
April fool now you got the point sir accounting is to make people fool sir so best day to start is April 1 wonderful I will never forget this next time I'll ensure that this let's check with your seniors if they know that or not why is the financial year April to March and not that wait you're not going anywhere juniors wants to test senior ka knowledge why is the financial year not Jan to December and why it is April to March
It's based on the harvest season.
I told no my students clap you should clap for that thank you now we can leave bye what is the backbone of the country this standard dialogue saying agriculture is the backbone of the country so we are primarily coming from the agriculture background so now generally the fresh cropping season where you sow the seed is generally of April, May. When you sow the seed during this period, April, May, June, July, what happens? You have monsoon coming in, which is watering those seeds, which will germinate. So once it germinates in the month of December ke baad, that is after your winters, Jan, Feb, you do harvesting. That's why we have Pongal, no? Why do we celebrate Pongal or Makar Sankranti? That and all we don't know, sir. Pongal holiday we get, that much we know in school. Above and beyond, we don't know anything. Harvesting season, that is. Harvesting of rice, you say, whatever you say. So it's a primary harvesting season. So once the, what do you call it, crops are harvested, then we have to sell. So by March, typically they sell all the products. Once the product is harvested, they don't keep it with themselves. Within 2 or 3 months, what they do is they completely sell off. So by March end, whatever efforts that they did throughout the year, by March end, what happens? Sale is all over, everything is over. Now at the end of the month, they sit into all accounting. How much money I invested in crop, how much I did investment in the maintenance of the crop, how much money I made by selling the crop, so how much is final money left with me in hand. So all that data typically you calculate in the month of April, March, April, May. That is how this was decided as accounting period, not now. In the Britishers period itself, it was decided April to March. So Britishers said April to March by because of this crop season. And from the Britishers, we carry forward the same thing as April to March itself. Because we believe that the cycle is perfect for accounting. School also, summer season, April, May off. So fresh, I mean, March, typically, now it is April, May. Earlier it was like Feb, March. March, your exams, everything is over. Fresh year, admission begins with April. So after your board exams, only next year admission begins, correct? No? 10th exam you wrote in March. April call you got, no? Admission open. Fees. Classes starting. When? April, New Year. So everything is perfectly syncing. Everything is perfectly syncing. That's why we have financial year as April to March. If you want to follow Jan to December, you can follow. Nobody will stop you. It's my guarantee. If anybody stops you, you come and tell me. I'll take care of it. But the problem is, income tax department will not agree accounting date of Jan to December because they want April to March only. That the law is very clear. Income tax law is very clear. You give me the accounting data of April to March. So if you follow Jan to December, one accounting data Jan to December you have to do, one more accounting data April to March. So 2 time accounting data if you do, cost of accounting will be very high. That's why people say that nothing doing. You want April to March, we'll do April to March. That's why 99.9999% people, everybody do April to March. Very, very, very few organizations. Rather, I will say multinational companies who operate more than one countries, who operate the business in more than one country. In the foreign countries, a few countries, they follow Jan to December as accounting period. So when I'm operating, let's say in some other country, there Jan to December, then I have to prepare here also Jan to December. So I prepared 2 accounts. One for my company, MNC, Jan to December. One for income tax department, April to March. So I have no other choice. I have to do accounting twice. Twice in the sense, period will be 2 times measured. But other people who are working only in India, who are doing business only in India, we do only April to March. Am I loud and clear? So now, the financial year begins with April and March. Now please tell me, we are now in which financial year?
June.
No.
No, sir. Yeah.
We are in
2025.
that is year. That is calendar year. I asked financial year.
25-26.
Correct. Now what is the meaning of 25-26? Let's understand. बोला मेरे को सुनाई नहीं दिया. Loudly बोला next time. Now this is 2025. This is 2026. Begins with 1/1/25. I'm talking about calendar year first. Ends with 31/12/25. Next year begins with 1/1/26. Ends with
31/12/26.
Now we are following April to March. Which April? 2025 April. So somewhere here. So for us, the financial year begins with 1/4/25. 1 April 25. Ends by 31 March 2026. So our financial year is a combination of 2 years. One part begins with 2025, another part ends with 2026. So we refer normally our financial year as 25-26. And this you will come across very frequently in all the practical questions. The financial year is 25-26. Means what? It begins with 1/4/25, ends with 31st March 26. So this 25-26 2-year why it is given? Because 25 is 1/4/25 and 26 is 31/26. So 25 is starting year, 26 is ending year. So 1/4/25 to 31/26. It is a part of 2 calendar years. This is a part of 25 and this is a part of 26. So our financial year is called as 25-26. So if your financial year is April to March, then 2 years will be a part of your financial year. But if your financial year is a calendar year, some entities will have the calendar year as the financial year. In that case, you will represent your financial year as 2025 alone. So if the question says that your financial year is 2025, means you're beginning with 1 Jan 25, ending with 31/12/25. The question says that your financial year is 2026, then it begins with 1/1/26, ends with 31/12/26. But if the question says that your financial year is 26-27, then 1/4/26 and up to 31/3/27. Any problem? Any problem? Comfortable. This data is very, very important. You will not believe this mistake of when I should apply 25-26 or just 2025 or just 2026. People even in the foundation level are not clear. I'm telling you, even CA foundation students still can get confused at which data is what. This is the level at which they have prepared the 11th and 12th and finished their board exams also, got 100 also in the board exam. God only knows how. Till this clear? So our current financial year is from 1/4/25. Current financial year is from 1/4/25 to 31/26. So we are into which financial year? 25-26. We are into currently financial year 25-26. Now, can you see the two gentlemen? Not saying she's like, I'm sorry. Now see? Now clear? To teach you what and all I have to do. I have to sit and search in Google cartoons. One with box, one with money. How much effort I have to take to teach you? For this, one applause you have to give me, no? Very good. Now, in your practical questions, you'll come across some term called as cash transaction. What do you mean by cash transaction? Immediate only payment. Payment or receipt. It could be both. Yes. Transactions in which involves immediate receipt of money. Oh ho ho. Sir, first of all, you have to explain what is transaction. So before cash transaction, let me first do what is transaction. You tell me what is transaction. Up and down. Where to go up and down? What is transaction? Exchange of
Goods, service,
Exchange
money.
and transfer of goods,
very
services.
good. Only goods, services. Wonderful. Perfectly. You got it right. What is transaction? An exchange or transfer of goods for goods, which is barter. You come across this term called as barter system. In commerce, you should come across, or you might come across now. That's called as barter system. Yes. In olden days, we never had currencies. I don't know, there's one movie of Hrithik Roshan, if you've seen that or not, Mohenjo-daro. In that, if you see, in this one particular scene, Hrithik Roshan will be selling some blue, nearly some product. Instead of that, he's getting some product only. He's not getting currency. So when you exchange goods against goods, that is called as barter system. So in the initial system, when he started long, hundreds and thousands of years ago, we never had something called as currency. So if I am a manufacturer of the pen, I'll give the pen to somebody who's in need of that. And from that person, I'll take what he is manufacturing. So exchange of goods for goods. Now it is not prevalent that much. Now the compensation is replaced by the word currency. So exchange of goods for goods, exchange of goods for services is called as barter. That is transaction. Or exchange of goods for money, or exchange for service of money, or exchange of money itself is called as transaction. Sir, can you give more example? Very simple. Let's suppose I go to a shop and buy a furniture. I buy a furniture and I pay money. So between me and shopkeeper, what is happening? Exchange of furniture. Furniture is what? Goods. And immediately money is being paid. So exchange between two people, anything, either goods or service or money is called as transaction. I go to bank and deposit 1,000 rupees in my bank account. I deposit 1,000 in my bank account. Is this transaction or not? Here goods is not involved. Service is not involved. What is involved? Funds. So exchange of money is also a transaction. So exchange of goods for goods, exchange of goods for service, exchange of goods for money, or exchange of money for money. Everything is transaction. A transaction is an activity which involves transfer of money or money's worth. Money's worth means what? Goods or service from one person to another person. Every transaction involves two or more person, minimum 2%, two or more person. In that, one person is business. That is we, business. And another person is a third party. So if I'm into business of buying and selling furniture, so I'm a trader. So I'm buying the furniture from whom? The manufacturer. So if I buy the goods from the manufacturer, that is a transaction between me and the manufacturer. In that one part is business, me. Another part is a third party with whom I'm dealing with buying the furniture. Are you able to follow? No? Yes. So transaction is basically exchange of goods or service or funds or all the three of them between two people. In that, one person is business, another person is third party. Not necessarily buyer and supplier. Why? Because if I pay salary to my staff, if I means who business is paying salary to staff, so here staff is giving service, I am giving money. So here there is no buyer and seller relationship. Here there is employer-employee relationship. So transaction does not necessarily means only buying and selling. Transaction means what? Anything that happens between two people. In that, one is business, one is third party. And what is that anything happening? Exchange of goods or service or funds or of both the above. Any problem? Always remember in transaction, one should be you, that is business, and the other end should be the any third party. It could be buyer, it could be seller, it could be customer, it could be banker, it could be your employee, it could be government, anybody could be on the other end. So one end of the rope you are catching, another end somebody else. That somebody else could be anybody. We commonly call them as third party. That is transaction. Then there is something called as event. What is event? What is event? This is there in your syllabus. What is event? The result of a transaction is called as event. If I buy goods, it is called as purchase. If I sell good, it is called as sales. Sale gives me income. Purchases is my expense. Sale minus purchase is profit. Sale you record. Purchase you record. Sale is income. Purchase is expense. Income minus expense is profit. So the result of the transaction, the consequence of a transaction, the result of this transaction is called as event. So the profit and loss what you get in your business is called as event. The closing inventory. What is closing inventory? I gave you an example in yesterday's class. We are in the business of buying and selling phones. So how many phones you bought first? 10. How many you sold? 6 you sold. The 10 that you bought is called as purchase. The 6 that you sold is called as sales. Balance 4 is called as what? Remaining 4 in hand. This we call this as inventory. What do we call this as? Inventory. What is inventory? The remaining goods which is not sold in the business is called as inventory. Stock is a wrong term. If you say therefore are always stock, stock means what? A compilation of anything is a stock. If I have multiple pen, I call this is stock of pen. If I have multiple cash with me in hand, I say stock of cash. So stock is representing a group of something. So no doubt this is a stock, but stock is a very generic term. A bundle of sticks. You say no, stick we have multiple sticks we put and tie up. We call this bundle of sticks. So bundle means what? It is a representation of multiple sticks. Like the stock means what? It is a representation of multiple products. So stock is a very generic term. We will use that, no doubt. But what is the most specific term here? Inventory. What is inventory? The goods which is remaining in the business unsold. The unsold goods remaining in the business is called as inventory. Multiple inventory put together is called as stock. So please tell me, this inventory which is remaining in the business, Is it a transaction or is it an event? The inventory, that remaining mobile phone which is there in your business, you have to capture that in form of closing stock. So that when you capture, is it a transaction? No, it is an event. When you do accounting, you should know that which is a transaction, which is an event. You need to know which is a transaction, which is an event. Transaction is different, event is different. Transaction means what? Exchange of goods, service, or funds between two party, in which one is business, another is third party. Whereas event is not transaction. Event is result of transaction. Profit and loss is result of purchase and sale. Mobile phone which is not sold in the business is result of the purchase and sale. So that is called as event. Event is different, transaction is different. So what is the relevance of these both? You will understand in the upcoming sessions. Inventory only will say. But that is also called as stock. So stock is a very broader term. So whatever goods remaining unsold in the business, you call it generically as stock. But more particularly, what is the right name? Inventory is the right name. Most of the teachers don't know this point also. Very unfortunate. Now, so what is transaction? Performance of an act. Buying the goods is an activity. Selling the goods is an activity. Paying the salary to staff is an activity. Receiving the service from staff is an activity. Paying taxes to government is an activity. So performing an activity is called as transaction. When you do something, what is transaction? When you do something through somebody is called as transaction. Trans means through. Action means to do. Transaction. To do something through somebody. So I'm buying chair from the supplier. I'm getting service through employee. So transaction means what? To do something through somebody. So it is a performance of the act. Whereas an event is what? Result of the transaction. Now clear? No energy. I'm going. Bye. I'm going home. Bye. I'm going. I'll go.
More than only phones, and we have other objects. Will we call it inventory or stock?
Still we'll call it as inventory. Now his question is asking is, sir, 4 mobile phones are there. 5 laptops are there. So I call this is inventory of mobile phone. This is called as inventory of laptops. So I call them as inventory. All of them put together stocks.
All of them put together are called as stocks.
Even if you call this as stock, this is stock of phones. Stock is very natural term. Group. Like sticks are there. No, stick are what we'll call individual sticks only. Stick. But if I compile them or combine them, I call this bundle of sticks. So bundle is representing the remaining sticks in hand. So like that, inventory means what? Inventory means what? The remaining goods unsold in the business. Inventory is a very specific term which we use in the business. Stock is very general term. Stock need not be used only in the business. I can use in the general trade parlance also. Now, for example, so many chairs I have. So I say this is stock of chairs. I may have chairs at home. I will call this a stock of chairs at home. I have stock of sofas at home. I have stock of cushions at home. So stock means what? It is representing a group of items. Stock is representing a group of items. Inventory means what? Inventory means the goods in the business lying unsold, unutilized is called as inventory. So it's a very specific term. Inventory is a specific term in the business. Any problem here? Let's come back. Now we're talking about cash transaction. What is cash transaction? The transaction which involves immediate receipt of money or immediate payment of money, either in form of cash or through bank activities, it is called as cash transaction. Cash does not mean only cash. Cash here includes all other terms called as bank. If I receive check, if I receive the payment or make the payment through UPI, GPay, debit card, everything is cash transaction. Sir, in simple way, can you say? Yes. When you sell now, when you sell the product now and get the money right away, it is called as cash transaction. And more specifically, we call this as cash sale. What do we call this as? Cash sale. I sell now, right away, immediately I receive money. It is cash transaction. This money can come in form of cash, can come in form of check, can come through GPay, can come through any of the mode. Doesn't matter. Still we call them as what transaction? Cash. Cash here does not purely means only cash. Cash transaction includes cash. And apart from cash, there are other mode of payment that also is called as cash transaction only. So cash transaction is a broader term. So cash means don't take cash literally. Cash includes bank. Cash includes bank. I told you in the last class, if anybody is getting zoned out, what are they supposed to do? Green chilies. Where are your green chilies? Green chili is not brought, no problem. Second solution also I gave you. What is second solution? Pinch. So you have to pinch her. You have to pinch her. Right? वो डर रहा है कैसे pinch करूंगा? You can pinch at least. Two people continuously zoned out. Now, अच्छा, you should pinch an extent where she should loudly scream. That area should be black tomorrow morning. Tears should roll out. To that level, you have to pinch. Then only that pinch is effective pinch, and she can't sleep for next 15 minutes. Which means, sir, again after 15 minutes, one more dose? Yes. When you buy now and pay the money right away, it is called as cash transaction. And what is specifically called as? Open your mouth. Open. You know how to open the mouth? Cash transaction. Training is done in LKG, pre-KG, UK. All of you know how to speak up? Okay. Sell now. Immediately receive payment. What transaction? Cash transaction. Specifically called as cash sale. Buy now. Immediately make the payment. What transaction? Cash transaction. More specifically, cash purchase. Which means there is no waiting, no credit, no promise to pay later. You buy goods, sell goods, immediately what is exchanged along with that? Immediately money is also exchanged. So with goods and services, money is simultaneously exchanged. That is called as cash transaction. If you look at this gentleman, West Indies fellow, and one American fellow. Because Indian people, example, we can't digest only. So I took two foreign parties. Okay, what is this West Indies fellow doing? Sir, for party, he is taking all the items and going, sir. Because West Indies people are known for party. Chris Gale. Then who else? Bravo. Then who else? What man? Cricket you don't watch, sir. Instantly, Brathwaite. All known for party. Ding, 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 ding. So these are the bottle items. Don't think. This West Indies guy is gem of a person. What is he doing? Hardworking. This is nothing but the goods that is selling this person. So this is the seller who's selling the goods to the buyer. So who's the seller? Who's the buyer? Who's the seller? West Indies is very good. West Indies people, seller. American people, buyer. Now what is happening here? Seller is selling the goods. Immediately he's got something in his hand. Why I said American? Because he's got dollars. We don't deal with dollars, no boss. We deal with INR. Rupees is like non-accounting people, they use the term. We are accounting people. We say INR. Indian rupees. IN starts for Indian. R stands for rupees. What is the rupee symbol? This, huh? All of you know this got changed long back. It is this. Anybody still using the old RS? Rupees? This only, no? Then you should write board exam of 2002 only. Should not write board exam of 2026. This upgrade had changed long back. High time to upgrade the teachers also. Now, so this gentleman is on the spot giving the money. On the spot giving the money. So what transaction is this? Cash transaction. So this transaction involves exchange of goods for money, in which one party is the business, another party is the third party. So transaction means what? Doing something through somebody, which involves exchange of goods, service, or both, along with money, in which one party is business, another party is third party. So this is a transaction. What transaction? Cash transaction. For the seller is a cash sale, and for buyer is a cash purchase. Now tell me, what problem do you have in this? Online people, any problem here? Tell me. Any problem here? Online
No,
people
sir.
left, huh? Gone.
No, sir.
They're like,
No, sir.
अच्छा चलता हूँ दुआ में चले गए सब. There or not there? From 11 they became 8. Wait, that much boring I'm a teacher, eh? Two people are not listening, online people are going home. Who's remaining? Kesavaraman, Mokit, Prakriti, Pratosh, Ritika, Subhish, Riti. Guys, you're enjoying my class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you say no means I'll go home. I have no problem.
Yes.
No, sir.
You can find a better teacher than me then. Now, next come what transaction? Cash transaction opposite is what? Credit transaction. Now you guess what is credit transaction? Which always we do. खाते में लिख दा बस. Go to Tara Mom बस. भैया कल पैसा देंगे. That doesn't happen there, but I'm just telling you. So transaction where cash receipt or cash payment are not paid immediately or received immediately, but are paid or received on later date. It's a simple language, sir. Okay. Sell now, get the money later. Sell now, get the money later. It is called as credit transaction. More specifically, it is called as credit sale. The sale which is done on credit. For that I meant to come. I will not tell today. 2 days more to understand what is liability. By the way, you're wrong, it is asset. You said ulta. Buy now, pay later. This is liability. And this is what transaction? Credit transaction. More specifically, credit purchase. Buy means what? Purchase na. Buy means purchase. Buy now, pay later. What purchase? Credit purchase. This is called as credit transaction. Any problem? Online people, any problem?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Clear? Now, this part I want to do together because all these are related to one another. Can I do the next class? No? Or we'll do it? Next class. She's like, next class, abhi chodo sir, hum log jayenge. So next class is on Tuesday. Correct? So this month alone, I'm not planning. June month alone, I'm not planning Sunday classes. Why? Because generally admissions happen in June month. So if I rush up very fast, then the people who come late, they are not able to catch up with this pace. So June month, generally I do only during weekdays, that is Tuesday, Thursdays and Saturdays. But July onwards, we'll have regular classes from Sunday also. Right? So today is what? Saturday. So next class is on Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. Be little bit flexible. At times here and there, the classes might go up to 8:40, 8:45 also. Because if I start a topic and let's say by 8:30, I can't complete it. So to complete that remaining part, I might take 10-15 minutes. So don't get shocked. And make your parents also mentally strong. If any parent is waiting outside, please ask them to come and sit inside, relax, AC man. 15-20 minutes class they can sit and watch. I'll not charge also. For them it is free. I'm coming to that. So in case if you feel that no sir, 8:30 we have to go. There could be any genuine reason. Cab has come, cab will not wait. Parents have to go urgently out. In that case, what you can do is you can get up by 8:30. You can just raise your hands. Say I have to go. You can walk away. I'll not say anything. Okay. Such a nice gentleman I am. But those who are going in between, let's say 8:30 you're going, and I take class till 8:50 by chance. So 20 minutes of the class you're missing, no? What will you do? Sir, that will miss forever, sir. Permanently will miss, sir. No. What do I provide? Recording. So that recording you have to watch and come. And a very shrewd fellow. Next class when you come, pakka in the 20 minutes what I did, ask question also. If you don't watch recordings, you're screwed. Not normally screwed. Royally screw you. Any problem? Any problem? You're getting scared? Nice gentleman. I'll not do anything. Okay? Chalo people. That's all from my side for this session. I'll see you all on Tuesday, 7 p.m. sharp. Until then. Enjoy your Sunday. Bye-bye. See you. Take care.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, people. Thank you.
Thank you,
sir.
sir.